afternoon, Dr. Samuel. Good afternoon, Lipton. Welcome
Good
to
afternoon.
the session. To everyone for it. So this is pretty much just a recap of what was analyzed during the London Market Color session. Right. I'd like to give my indulgence kindly share the link to these market color sessions, everyone on your various social media platforms, so that this can get to as many people as possible and a lot of people can get to participate. Please confirm if you can hear me. Can you confirm if I can be heard? Can you type in chat box if you can hear me? Thank you so much for confirming that. So on the multi-time frame for the XY, nothing has really changed per se. Right? Still maintaining its bullish structure, super this liquidity right here. We're seeing some reaction of it. And on the weekly time frame too, price traded into this very fair value gap, right? And into this very left shoulder, saw this break to the downside. And what we're seeing right now is a retracement after this low was taken out. So down to the daily time frame. On the daily time frame, what we saw price two was to tap into this very other block right here. Beg your pardon, fair value gap. So price tapping into this very fair value gap right here on the daily time frame, coinciding with 101.563. And of course, since we've been seeing price breaking all the way to the downside, we expect to sell off that level. So we have 2 points of interest on 4-hour time frame. We have this very first fair value gap right here, 101.529. And the second point of interest is at 102.185. We just saw price tapping into this very level, right? We're seeing some pushing downside. So earlier I said I will be interested in taking sales on the XY when I see price taking out the low at 100.145 on the 4-hour time frame. And for the 1-hour time frame, pretty much, I can actually, spot a box pattern for a buy, right? Shoulder sweep break. It's still very far though, but be rest assured that if the prevailing sell trend is strong after this low must have been taken out, rather after the low on the 4-hour time frame. Yeah, this low right here. After this low has been taken out, it's pretty much good to note that we may see a box pattern failure. This may not hold. Just speculations, of course. So I'm waiting for a break of that low. Then once that happens, I will be taking sell positions on the XY. There hasn't been any impactful move per se on much higher time frames for the XY. I've just been seeing price stalling for a period of time. And, these are just speculations into next week. Once I see a break of the 4-hour low, I will be taking sell positions. not just a break of structure, retest, change of character, break of structure, and retest. I will be taking sell positions for the right? And then on the monthly time frame for GBP USD, we're seeing some push through the downside. And although this high, we've been seeing price willing to about this very high, 1.34011. There has been a toggle of that point for a while. Of course, if just while GBP USD was going to mirror that, we should see price taking out this very high at 1.33747. But instead, we just saw price trade into this level, and we're seeing nothing much happening right there. And on daily time frame, if we will be feeding this most recent swing from point A to point B, right, we can actually say that price traded and retraced into 38.2% fib level. It's looking as if price is holding off that point, right? But for me, I will be more interested in seeing price, selling off into this very fib level right here, 61.8% fib level, because there is this point of interest right here, fair value gap. And if I will be calling the price level, I am interested in seeing price trade into 1.30214 on daily time frame. Coming down to the 4-hour time frame, on the 4-hour time frame, we've seen this high being taken out already. It's looking like 38.2% level is holding. This high has been taken out already on the 4-hour time frame. What I am looking out for price to do is to trade into this very left shoulder at 1.32189. Shoulder right here, sweep to the downside, but to the upside. So once we see price retracing into this very level on the 4-hour time frame, I will be willing to hold that buy all the way. And on the 1-hour time frame, pretty much same level. Shoulder, right? Sweep, break. You want to see price retracing into 1.32189 before before taking our buy positions. And of course, I think I mentioned early this morning that I was seeing a box pattern for a sell. And where am I interested in selling into this very left shoulder, of course. Shoulder right here at 1.33163, sweep to the upside, break right here, and then saw price tracing into this level. I think during the analysis this morning, price was already at this very left shoulder, and we've seen what price has done from that moment to this very moment. So my speculation is that we should see price trading all the way to this very left shoulder at 1.32189. Please kindly take note of these various points of interest so that you watch your chart and see what price does and if price fulfills what we are looking out for in the market. On the monthly time frame for Euro USD, we've seen even some breaks to the downside, a sweep of this liquidity right here. And on the weekly time frame too, we've seen price, grabbing this liquidity to the upside, but all the way. And right now, coming down to the daily time frame, fibbing this most recent swing from point A to point B right here. From point A to point B, you can actually say that price retraced, I beg your pardon, into 78.6% fib level. And on the 4-hour time frame, of course, I am willing to buy Euro USD when I see a break of this 4-hour high at 1.12885. Until that happens, I'm just going to cross my fingers and watch out for what price does. Of course, from what we saw on GBP USD on the 4-hour time frame, the high has been taken out, but that of Euro USD is yet to be taken out. So my speculation is we should see the break of this very high on the 4-hour time frame. I haven't seen an entry signature printing out on Euro USD, so I'm just going to wait and watch what the market does. Please, if you have questions at this point in time, this is a good place to type in your questions, your different buyers. If you're seeing something way different from what has been analyzed, please type in the chat box and we'll be looking at what you're seeing together. While you're doing that, registration for the FX Bootcamp training is currently ongoing. If you want to know how we all trade here at Value Flow Trading, registering for the FX Bootcamp training is a good place to start. Chat us up on 081 60 99 50 30. Registration closes on Sunday by 5:59 p.m. Again, chat us up on 081 60 99 50 30. If there are no questions, we'll be going on a very brief break. And right after that, Lekon will come in for his analysis on gold and the yen basket. Cheers and God bless.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to the Market Call brought to you by the Value Flow Trading team. Today being Friday, 16th of May. Just a preview of what we have this morning from the precious metal. Today has been a very great day for those who are trading gold. All right, so let's quickly go through it again and see what exactly it's giving. Okay, now this morning, remember we said the short a bit before the long of the precious metal, particularly we refined from the 1 hour time frame. So if you look at the 1 hour time frame, you are going to see clearly around this level. Price was somewhere here this morning, and we said if we see on our 15-minute time frame the market structure shift and our entry signature, we can short all the way into this fair value gap and this order block, and also start looking for opportunity to long back again. I short gold around that level. Let's see it on the 15-minute time frame, and I'm currently waiting to long again. Now, if you look at it, this was what we explained this morning on the call, so we can see the market structure shift, how the price closed below, and push back into that zone, making this a flip zone. And it gave our entry signature just at this point. You can see the candlestick formation here. Immediately that candle closes, enter and put a stop loss just at the top here, and just straight into our 1 hour, reference point, which is this fair value gap and also this order block. And that's it. Now we are waiting for us to see the long opportunity to the upside. Right now, price has not given entry for the buy, but I want to see, because of this formation I'm seeing on the 15-minute time frame, particularly this rejection, I would advise we go to 5 minutes to go and check if there's any entry opportunity there. Now, for 5 minutes, I would advise if we can be patient a bit. We already see the boss pattern formed on 5 minutes. This is the shoulder. We've seen the sweep. We've seen the break to the upside. So just let's be patient and allow price trade a little bit more pullback so that your SL won't just be wide. Now, where would my entry point be? Is going to be first, I'm going to look out for the entry signature around this level, or better still, I wait for price to trade into this 5 minute order block. Now, if price trade into the 5 minute order block is not a sure, just a criteria for me to just enter, what I'm going to wait to do is I would wait to see the entry signature. And for the entry signature, I use mostly the 15-minute time frame. And look at what I'm also seeing on the 15-minute time frame. You can see the fair value gap there. That price is coming to test. So we're immediately price tapped into that fair value gap, which is also an IOFPD. This is the shoulder. We can see the skew, we can see the break. Now you may want to give it a short, immediately price tap into this fair value gap with your SL below this week here. Your SL will be below this week, this particular point here. But to me, it's a bit wild, all right? So better I wait to see my capacity. So just as the way I see it here for the short, then you can also see it for the long and follow through. So that is for the precious metal moving forward today, giving us what we want. Now for the yen basket, let's quickly get to Japan to see what is going on the yen basket. Just as we said today, we expect today to be the continuation of the long for the yen basket. And as you can see, price opened bullish this morning, but we are seeing more of the pullback on the yen basket, particularly since all through the London session, price has been pushing all the way to the downside. But for us moving into next week, from what we are seeing right now today, is giving us a sign that Monday into Tuesday next week, New York session today, up till Monday into Tuesday next week, should be a long day for the yen basket. Now, if that is what we're expecting on the yen basket, what should we look out to see on the GBP/JPY? Now, this morning, we were expecting GBP/JPY to long all the way to this zone, then we can start shorting, but there was no entry. You can see it has been a consolidation stage since morning. It's been consolidating all through, even though it's given by signatures, but the consolidation is much. You can see this one this morning said we can look for how we want to buy somewhere around this level, and our SL will look here. But even if you enter the buy since morning, this is a kind of trade that frustrates you. All right, you just be watching since morning, and you won't have your mind pieced together on just one thing. Okay, so better still just allow price to in. Now, this is another entry trying to form. If this particular candlestick closes bullish, then you may want to try it out and see what happens. But because I'm seeing some level of consolidation here, I won't really want to take this particular one for a buy. But you can still do it as far as it closes bullish. It's just to risk maybe 1:2 or so. And today being Friday, into the New York session. So after gold has delivered what it ought to, then I think you should just look out for, you should just watch how it is. So let's quickly check AUD/JPY, and from there, now you can see for AUD/JPY, it's still the same thing. Price has just been consolidating, just the way we expect it to rally all the way to that level. But we did not really see a correlating move for the rally, right? So everything is just consolidating all through. So that's it. There's no really any move for AUD/JPY. And lastly, for EUR/JPY2, EUR/JPY has similar move. I remember this morning we wanted buying somewhere here. We're looking to buy somewhere here. And that is why you can see, yes, we got somewhere here this morning. It will also deliver, but it's very, very slow. This is not the kind of trade I would, well, it's a normal thing on Friday, so it's normal for price action to be like this on a Friday. So peradventure you enter the buy this morning somewhere here, then you should have seen your almost 1:2, if not 1:1.5. All right. So that is that for the EUR/JPY, AUD/JPY, and also the precious metal. All right. If there's any question, let me quickly take our question and we'll move very well. Okay. Hey, Mr. Toko Simon said, this your smile is very positive. Is that my brother? All right. Okay. So if there's any question, you can easily type and let's take it. Let's quickly address it before we call it a day. Okay. And remember, what we are still expecting for the precious metal is still to go long on the precious metal. See what exactly price came to do on the 15-minute time frame. You can see what price came to do. It just tapped that shoulder and reject all the way back up. All right, into that shoulder and also the fair value gap and rejects back up. Let's check on the 5 minutes if there's any signature there. Now for 5 minutes, it's not really given on 5 minutes. So I'm a bit skeptical right now for the buy, a bit skeptical. What I would do is, let's check if this really tapped through. Yes, it does. It does. Price really tapped into the fair value gap and move. So I want to believe this is the move for the precious metal buy for the New York session. Remember, London session we sold, while New York session we are anticipating to buy all through. And at least where should we buy all the way into? We should buy to back into either Asia high, all right, or for price to come and take out liquidity somewhere here. Now, what I'm saying right now again is that price has already taken out liquidity here and gave a structure that gave us the pre-information of the trade we took this morning to the downside. Now, the next thing I'm rightly saying now is price, buying all the way. If this works, buying all the way to come and take out this next structure. So this is going to be the next level where price is coming to take out liquidity from. All right. Now, this is just if you want to scalp for the New York session. But if you really want to ride it all through, then you should be able to wait. This is still the access point, okay, for the buy of the precious metal. This is still where I truly believe we are still buying into. Now, this may not happen this afternoon. As a matter of fact, today being Friday, we will not see it happen this afternoon. But what we just expect to see is at the open of the market, two things happened at the open of the market currently since the past 2-3 months now. We've been seeing the market opening with a jump, or it's either a jump down or a jump up. Now, when it jumps down, you expect after it traces a bit, like 2 hours after the opening of the market, price should retrace a bit back. Now, what do I mean by that? If you look at the 1 hour time frame, let me bring us back into last week. Now, if you look at last week, if you go to the lower time frame particularly, you are going to see at the opening of this place, opening of this candle somewhere here. I think this was the Sunday candle. Yes, this was the Sunday candle. How that price, comes to the downside. You are going to see how price is going to retrace just to cover those jump up. So that is what we've been experiencing in the market for the past few days or a few months now. So you may want to be very, very cautious. Why are we saying that? So when you take your trade on Friday and you want to leave it over the weekend till the following week, yes, swap is there. While at the same time, you have to be very, very cautious so that the jump won't take you out with your stop loss. Those are the things I experienced at the beginning of this new regime in the US in January. Yeah, January. Those are the things I experienced during that period. So January, February, yes. So make sure you are very, very cautious of it. If you want to leave any trade across throughout the weekend, it's either you give it enough SL because of jump, or better still close your positions. Or if you have the good accounting of, you will just take up your SL at the close of the market, then at the open of the market, you put back your SL, all right? So that brokers won't do seek and destroy with your account, okay? So that is that for the market color today, brought to you by trading team. If there's no question, this is going to be the end of the market color for the week. So make sure weekend is for back testing, study, and back test. We'll meet again on Monday, 8:30 a.m. time. Trade cautiously and use your proper risk management strategy and make sure. Cheers and God bless. Thank you, Mr. Topwell. God bless you, sir.